Today we're going to go over my stock portfolio and see how I did this past week. Of course, I made a video about great marijuana stock I was thinking about buying. Be sure to check out that video. Still can't really seem to understand this YouTube algorithm. It always seems like when I put in the more work on these videos, the less views it gets. And then the more work, or the least amount of work I put in, the more views it gets. So I don't know what to think about that, but I'm just going to keep putting out videos. And however the YouTube algorithm works, I will accept it. So in the past week, I was up only $35. Pretty boring week for the market in whole. A lot of my stocks didn't go up or down too much. Past month, still up over $270. And then in the past 3 months, up almost $1,200. We are now recovering from the 3-month or Christmas Eve decline that the market reached, but ever since then, really, ever since 2019 has kicked off, economy is doing very well. And let's get into the portfolio here. So we have AbbVie that is up in the past month is up almost 7%, which is nice to see, but this biopharmaceutical company is still a down because I bought it at almost all-time highs. And looking back, that probably wasn't the smartest idea. But Starbucks, you know what? I'm tired of saying that I want the stock to go down. I think I'm just going to buy some more shares this week because I like the company. JP Morgan, I know I was down here a little bit on March 22nd, but it has recovered very nicely. A lot of the banks in the U.S. have been doing very well within the last week. FedEx has been recovering even after its bad earnings report, up almost 7% in the last month and 4% in the last week. Otter Tail's nice utility company up there. Boeing, now that it has announced that it doesn't really expect to see any more flights mysteriously crashing because they think they've come up with the reason on why it's happening. So I expect this stock to continue going up to where it was prior to all that hysteria. Justified hysteria in this case, but yeah, I do expect to see Boeing to continue rising. Pepsi, pretty boring stock here, been up 10% in the last 3 months, but it kind of stagnates every now and then. So still a very good stock to own in the long run. 3M, which is having unforeseen boom here, 6% in the last month, 12% in the last 3 months. Huge conglomerate company, 55,000 different products by 3M. United Health is, I think I'm back in the positive on this stock. Definitely believe in this company in the long run. One of the biggest insurance providers out there. Southern, which has been doing amazing for a utilities company, up in the last 3 months is up 16%, which is absolutely crazy. Verizon, up 4% in the last 3 months as well. Can't seem to find any stocks that have been doing really bad. Microsoft, definitely a great blue chip company to own. I own 6 shares, makes up 8% of my portfolio, and I am up almost 20% in total return, not including all the dividends I've gotten. Medical Properties Trust, a REIT that specializes in healthcare leases. Very good returns there as well. Then we also have Iron Mountain, thinking of selling out of this position. ExxonMobil, definitely want to add more to this sector. And MasterCard, you guys know, is one of my favorite industries. Definitely this price. I don't know if I can justify buying another share at this price, so I might wait for that to drop. CSX, also thinking of adding some shares to this position this week. Good railroad company, as well as its other railroad competitor, Union Pacific. Now, there was a lot of short-term hysteria because of some flooding in central United States, which is where a lot of these companies are headquartered, but I was able to buy on a little dip here, and then look how nicely the stock has recovered. Then we talked about Store in my last video, a good real estate company as well. And the stock that we're going to talk about today is one that's pretty common in this community, and it is advertised even on its website as the monthly dividend stock. That's because it pays dividends every single month. and it has also been increasing its dividend for, I believe, 22 straight years, but it has paid 584 straight months of monthly dividends, and it has also increased their dividend just ever so slightly by like a point of a penny, but still counts as a dividend increase. This is a company that really seems to care about its shareholders. Over the past 50 years, Realty Income has been acquiring and managing freestanding commercial properties that generate rental revenue under long-term net lease agreements. So it locks in its customers for a very long time through contracts. The customers are responsible for actually maintaining the upkeep on the property. They have a pretty high occupancy rate. They're very diversified in the industries and locations, as well as customers. Their four largest customers are Walgreens, 7-Eleven, FedEx, and Dollar General. So all those companies aren't going anywhere. And yeah, like I was saying, this company just really seems to care about giving back to its shareholders. Ever since it was listed in the New York Stock Exchange in 1994, you would have had, according to their website, a 17% compounded average annual total return since then. So yeah, if you definitely continued pouring money into there over time, you could definitely have become a millionaire if you started doing that since 1994. I am thinking of adding more to this. Its dividend is now only around 3.75%. Of course, since it's a REIT, it gets taxed a little differently because more of the shareholders are responsible for the taxes, since that's how REITs are able to give back so much of their dividend or of their income in the form of a dividend to their shareholders. And it's always so hard to just look at the balance sheet of real estate companies because, of course, the secret in real estate is taxes. So the balance sheet and income statement might not always be a true representation of how well a company might actually be doing. But yes, again, this is a stock that really seems to care about its shareholders. You can see in my history of just dividends, every month it's very nice to know that this type of income is consistently coming in throughout the year. Definitely if I owned more shares, it'd be, an actual substantial amount. But for the time being, pretty content with my position. And yeah, just in the future, let me know what you guys want to see. And be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks, guys.